everyone. I am Palak Wagadia from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology from Department of Electronics and Communication. Welcome to the lecture series of Network Theory. Today we will discuss our chapter number 3, that is Network Theorem, and in Network Theorem we will discuss, that is Superposition Theorem. See, in our earlier session we discussed about the Thevenin Theorem and Norton Theorem. If any example is given to you and suppose they ask you to find out the current and voltage, that is using the network theorems like Thevenin and Norton. So here the same way we can find out the voltage and current, that is using what? It's a superposition theorem. So let's start our today's session. So first of all you will see what is superposition theorem. Then a superposition theorem states that the response in a particular branch of a linear circuit, see this linear circuit, this word is very important. This is applicable to only and only in a linear circuit. When multiple independent sources are acting at the same time. Okay, that is equivalent to the sum of the response of each independent source acting at a time. That means here you have a one network. In that network you have many sources. That can be a voltage or current. So what you can do, for example, I have a 5 sources, okay, 5 energy sources. That means 5, it can be 5 voltage source, 5 current source, or there is a mixing of the voltage and current source. So what can we do? We can consider a single source at a time. And then we will find out the current and voltage, whatever it is, with help of the basic formulas, that is mesh, node, source transformation, like that. And then what we will do? At the end, we are going to add all the voltages or all the current. Then it is the same as all the sources acting at the same time. Okay? This we will go going to discuss in detail when we will solve the example that is related to superposition theorem. Now, what are the procedure? Okay, to solve any circuit that help using the superposition theorem. Then the first step is what? Find the response in a particular branch by considering the one independent source, eliminate the remaining independent source by their internal resistance. This word is also very important. What do you mean by internal resistance? If I say a voltage source, then what is the internal resistance of that voltage source? That obviously what? It's a 0. That means other voltage source we can replace by the short circuit, or we can say it's a line segment. Okay. That means if I have a 5 voltage source, I am going to consider 1 voltage source at a time, and remaining 4 voltage source I am going to replace that as a short circuit. And yes, if any current source is there, then we have to replace that current source that as a open circuit. So remember this key point, other voltage source can be replaced by the short circuit, and other current source can be replaced by what? It's a open circuit. Now next, see we have to repeat the procedure. Okay, independent source that is present in the network. That means if I have a 5 source, then I have to repeat this procedure 5 times. And then add all the response in order to get the overall response in a particular branch, or when all independent sources are present in the network. Now, let's solve this example. See here, find the current in 20 ohm resistor in the circuit given in figure using superposition theorem. And this diagram is given to you. Now, look at the diagram very carefully. Here we have 3 sources. Okay, 90 volt, that is a voltage source, 60 volt, that is a voltage source, and 2 ampere, that is what? It's a current source. So here one by one we are going to consider the single source. That means first I will consider 90 volt source, then I am going to replace the 60 volt by the short circuit and 2 ampere by the open circuit. Okay, because we have to replace the other sources. by their internal resistance. Alright. So first is what? Let's consider the 90 volt source. Now, as I say, what we have to do? We have to replace this 60 that as a short circuit and 2 ampere that as a what? Open circuit. So what will happen? Here we have a 20 ohm, 12 ohm, then no need to draw that 2 ampere branch because what? It's an open circuit. And then last resistance, that is what? 8 ohm. Now see, our aim is to find out the the current in a 20 ohm resistance. So here you can use any method. For example, if you want to solve this example with help of the node analysis, yes, you can. Here we have only single node. Write down that node equation. And after getting the value of node voltage, you just what you have to do? 90 minus that voltage divided by 20. So that is what? It's a current to that 20 ohm resistor. And someone says, I want to solve this example with help of the mesh analysis. That is also possible. Here we have two different mesh. First mesh current is what? It's a I1. Second mesh current is what? It's a I2. You just write down two different equations and then solve two different equations, then you will get the value of current I1. Alright. And yes, someone says I want to solve this example, that is using what? Source transformation. Yes, you can do it. You can convert this 90 ohm and 90 volt and 20 ohm. Okay, in a current source. Like here. So there are the options. Okay. But here what I'll do? Here if you see carefully, then 12 ohm and 8 ohm, that two resistors are connected in a parallel. So if we solve this parallel connection, that is 12 parallel 8, then answer is what? It's a 4.8 ohm. Now here you see only a one loop is there. Then directly you just write down the equation of I. I is what? It's a voltage is what? It's a 90 divided by resistance. So 20 and 4.8, that is connected in a series. So 20 plus 4.8. So I get equal to what? 90 divided by 24.8. And that is nothing but the 3.6 ampere. And see here, the current direction is very important. Why? Because it may happen when you are finding the current in a 20 ohm resistor using 60 volt source. At that time you will get the current that is in a down direction. And here you want to do the summation. That means if the direction is different, then it's a subtraction. If the direction is same, then what? It's an addition. So in a superposition example, okay, always just define this direction. Now next is what? We will consider the 60 volt source. So here we are going to replace this 90 volt source that has a short circuit and 2 ampere source that has a what? Open circuit. Then see our diagram is like this. Here also, as I earlier said, you can use the node, mesh, source transformation, or simply find the circuit that is 20 and 8 is connected in a parallel. Okay, you can choose any method, answer will remain same. So here, what I'll do, here I'll just use a different technique. That is, I'm just going to convert the 60 and 12 in a current source. So this time, why I have not considered 20 and 8 that is in a parallel? Only the one reason, because I want to find out the current through 20 ohm resistor. Alright, that's why I not take that 20 ohm resistor in any series parallel combination. I want that resistance as it is. Okay, that's why we have not considered it. So I just convert the 60 volt and 12 ohm into what? Current source. Now you can consider this 12 ohm and 8 ohm that is in a parallel like this. So what is this? This is a 4.8. Now this 5 ampere source that is divided between a two resistor. One resistor value is what? It's a 20 ohm and another value is what? It's a 4.8. So what you can do? Here you can use the current divider rule. So the value of I double dash. See, in earlier you can consider that current as a I dash. Here we will consider that as a I double dash. So I double dash equation of the current divider rule is what? First of all you have to write down the total current. What is the total current? 5 multiplied by opposite resistor. I am interested to find out the current through 20 ohm resistor. So the opposite resistor is what? It's a 4.8, this one. 4.8. That's why 5 multiplied by 4.8 divided by what? Addition of this two resistor. 20 plus 4.8. When you solve this, so what do you get? I double dash that equal to 0.96 ampere. And yes, this time, see the direction of the current. That is what? It's a down direction. Earlier, when we consider 90 volt source, at that time direction is what? Upward direction. Now, next or last, that is our case number 3. Consider 2 volt source. So here we will going to replace this 90 and 60 volt by their internal resistance. Internal resistance, that means what? We will replace that with the short circuit. So this is the diagram. Now here the current that passed through this 20 ohm resistor, that I am going to consider as a I triple dash. Now very simple, what we will do? We are going to consider this 12 and 8 that as a what? Parallel. Right? So what will happen? I have a one current source and two resistors are there. So I can easily apply the current divider rule. Or if you want to use any other method, for example here all the branches are connected in a parallel. So we have a single node. Alright. So you just write down the node equation. Then whatever the voltage you are getting divided by 20, that is nothing but your I triple dash. Alright. Mesh analysis is somewhat difficult in the circuit. Why? Because you have a current source between two different loops. So simple mesh analysis will not work in this case. You have to use what? Super mesh analysis. Alright. But here I will use the what? Simple circuit simplification. Now, here the current divider rule, that means what we have to do? I triple dash that equal to total current is what? It's a 2 multiplied by what? It's a opposite resistor. I am interested to find out the current through what? It's a 4.8 ohm resistor. So my opposite resistor is what? It's a 20 ohm. We are interested to find out the current through what? 20 ohm resistor. So my opposite resistor is what? It's a 4.8. So what we can do? 2 multiplied by 4.8 divided by 20 plus 4.8. So when we solve this, then we will get current that equal to 0.38 ampere. And yes, here also the direction is what? It's a down direction. So here, see, basically we have a 3 source. That's why we have to consider 3 different cases, right? One circuit or one source. For example, in an exam, if you have a 2 different circuits, then 2 different voltage source, then you have to draw the 2 different circuits. Alright? Number of circuits that equal to the number of source that is present in your question. Now what is the total current? So the overall current that equal to I dash minus I double dash and minus I triple dash. Why? Because see the direction of the I dash is what is the up direction, and I double dash and I triple dash direction is what? It's a down direction. Okay. So what will happen if the direction is different? Then you have to do the subtraction. So I am going to consider up direction as a positive direction. The remaining two direction as a negative. So 3.62 minus 0.96 minus 0.58, and that equal to 2.28. But here the overall direction is what is the up direction. So similar manner, if you want to consider the direction as a down direction, then you can reverse the sign. Alright. So I hope this station is clear. Thank you.